Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, September 29th, 2023. Today I'm going to recap the games from yesterday in both college and in the NFL. Look ahead to everything going on this weekend. And then we have baseball, the final weekend of the regular season. We have the WNBA playoffs. We have soccer. We have the Ryder Cup. We have NASCAR. We have reality TV to get into if we have time. News and notes and best bet in Fab 5. All right, Thursday Night Footballs, we'll kick it off. It was a game that a lot of people liked for Thursday night, but Green Bay hosting the Lions, and the Lions come out on top 34-20. The Lions improved to 3-1. Green Bay drops to 2-2. Jared Goff in this game, 19-28, 210 yards, a touchdown and a pick, and Jordan Love, 23 of 36, 246 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks. A lot of injuries in this game for Green Bay, and then the tight end Musgrave got concussed. So a lot went wrong for Green Bay after a lucky comeback last week against the Saints. And good on Detroit for getting this game on the road in a game they were favored in. So very excited for Sunday for sure. I have a lot of picks. So, of course, here we go. We have a London game for the first time this season as it's Falcons-Jaguars. I project the pick'em in 42.5, and it's Jaguars by 3, total 43.5. I'm going to take Atlanta getting the 3. I think that the Falcons are a team that's healthier than the Jaguars right now and are, quite frankly, playing better than the Jaguars right now. So I'm going to go take the Falcons plus the 3, and I would be willing to do plus 136 outright as well. Game of the year so far, 1 o'clock, CBS. It's going to be a fabulous game in the AFC East between the Dolphins and the Bills. I project the pick'em in 43.25, and Buffalo is giving 3, totals 53.5. I'm happy that the 3 is there, but I'm taking the under as the pick for the podcast because I think that it's an overreaction to the Dolphins putting up 70 against Denver. All right, guys, so I was looking at the wrong total. So it's actually 50 and 19-20 is my projected total. So sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong projection. I knew something was off. But I do have an edge on the under, full disclosure. But I'm going to take the Dolphins getting the 3 as my pick instead. And I'm going to take them outright as well to remain undefeated on the season. Broncos-Bears, the toilet bowl of 2023. Russell Wilson against Justin Fields. I project Broncos by 1, total 49 and 17/20, and that's based on some injuries and slate preseason projections. And we have Denver by 3.5, total of 46. I'm going to take the over. I think that total's low, and I think Denver's defense is hideous, and I would be willing to take the 3 in the hook with the Chicago Bears. I don't know who wins this game outright, quite frankly, but I would throw the Bears in a underdog money line with the Falcons and the Dolphins. Ravens-Browns from Cleveland. A lot of injuries on both sides. I have the Browns by a half, total 40 and a 20th, and it is Browns 2.5, total 40.5. I have to take the Ravens getting the points. I mean, I don't like the pick, but it's where I'm going to go. Maybe I'll throw them in the underdog parlay as well. On CBS, Steelers-Texans. This is one I do not expect to throw in a parlay of some sorts. I project Pittsburgh by 7, total 42 and 320. It's 3. and 41.5. I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's my favorite team to bet on this year. I took them last week against the Raiders. I took them 2 weeks ago against the Browns. And I took them in week 1 against San Francisco. That didn't work out, but San Francisco is doing that to everybody this year. So I'm going to lay the 3 with the Steelers. So it's going to be the first time on today's show where I'm going to lay points. Next, 1 o'clock on Fox, you have the Vikings and the Panthers from Charlotte. I project the Vikings by 3 total, 47 and the 20th, and it's 4 and 46.5. Very close numbers. I'm going to do a slight lean to the Carolina Panthers. They're an underdog that I am not willing to throw in the underdog moneyline parlay of the week. And you guys know my rule for the podcast that underdog moneyline the week has to be over a field goal. But if none of them are over a field goal, then I'm going to have to pick a 3-point dog to win outright, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but like I said, I'd rather pick a larger dog to win outright than a 3 or less point dog to win outright. Next on Fox, you have the Rams and the Colts from Indy. I project the Colts by 6 total, 43 and 7/10, and it's 1.5 and 45.5. One of my favorite picks the entire week is the Colts minus the 1.5. I expect Anthony Richardson to be back. I think that the Colts are playing better than the Rams right now, and they could easily be 3-0. So I'm gonna lay the 1.5 with the Indianapolis Colts. Bucs Saints on Fox. I have Saints by 5 total, 38 and 3/10, and that 5's because of all the injuries, and it's 3.5 and 39.5. I hate that I have a slight edge on the Saints. I'm not betting on this game, but I'll give out the Saints because all of a sudden everyone and their mother is on Tampa after the Saints are dealing with all these injuries. So slight lean to New Orleans. That's not going to be in Fab 5, ladies and gentlemen. On Fox, you have the Commanders and the Eagles from Philly. I have Eagles by 12 total, 46. And it's 8.5 and 43.5. So I'm going to lay the points of the Eagles. I think they win by double digits. And I think that Bucs game is going to get them going offensively a little bit. Last 1 o'clock game, Bengals-Titans. An interesting game for both teams. I have Tennessee by 1, total 39 3/4. And I think Cincinnati's probably favored. They are by 2.5, totals 41. So I'm going to take Tennessee plus the 2.5 and plus the 124 straight up. All right, 4 o'clock on CBS, you have the Raiders at the Chargers. I project LA by 6.5, total 48.25, and we have 5.5 and 49.5. I hate that the market agrees with me a little bit on the line. So I have a 1-point edge on the Chargers, and I have an over 1-point edge on the under. So the pick here is going to be a slight under. I like a lot of unders this week. 4:25 on Fox. Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson on the call. Patriots Cowboys from Dallas. I have Cowboys 8.5. Total 41 3/4, and Dallas is giving 6.5. Totals 43.5. So I am gonna take the Cowboys minus the points, bounce back spot, and they're home. And I think this is a more of a predictable double-digit win for Dallas, just like that Jet game was. Cardinals 49ers. I have the 49ers projected by a whopping 20.5, total 45, and it's 14 and 44.5. I'm laying the 14 with the 49ers. They're the best team in football. And I'm going to announce that this is finally the week where I am going to go against the Cardinals in a survivor pool. And on Sunday Night Football, 8:20 NBC, Chiefs-Jets from MetLife. The Swifties are giving 9.5. Yes, I did just say the Swifties because there's going to be more Swifties in the building than Jets fans. Total 41.5, and I project 9.5 and 40 3/4. So the pick here is yet again a slight under. We'll pick Seahawks Giants on the Monday podcast. That line keeps going back and forth, and we'll see where it lands on Monday. But I do have an idea of where I want to go in this game, and it's where I haven't gone all segment except for one game. So that's your hint. That's where I'm leaning, but I'm not including that in Fab 5. Okay, now move on to college football. We will go over the results from last night and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. All right. Western Kentucky over Middle Tennessee, 31-10. Tulsa over Temple, 48-26. And Jacksonville State over Sam Houston, 35-28 in overtime. All right, we're going to do rapid fire for the picks. We'll do explanations in Fab 5. So, Friday, 7 o'clock, ESPN, which is tonight, Louisville, NC State. I project Louisville 9.5, total 56 and 11/20. And it is 3.5 and 55.5. Holy shit, I love Louisville. Louisville is a no-brainer. They're better than NC State. I know I bet on them on a Friday night a few weeks ago, and it bit me in the ass because Georgia Tech backdoored me. So I'm going to do it again and lay it with Louisville. Best game of the night, 9 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, number 10, Utah, number 19, Oregon State. An elimination game for the Beavers. We'll see with Cam Rising's situation. I project Utah by 7. And the total, I have 44 and 11/20. So it looks like no Cam Rising. So that's 5 points off for Utah. So now I project that at 2, which is really, really good for the Beavers. Oregon State's giving 3.5, total 44.5. That makes sense. So I'm going to take Utah plus the 3.5 hook. And I am willing to take the money line too, but I don't feel good about it. It's plus 146. Louisiana Tech UTEP on CBS Sports Network. I project UTEP 3.5, total 51 and 2/5. Louisiana Tech's giving 1.5, totals 50.5. I'll take UTEP plus 1.5, and it's actually a pick 'em on the money line, which is weird. And then 10:15 ESPN, great game between Cincinnati and BYU in the Big 12. I project BYU 15.5, total 51 and 7/10. And why is Cincinnati freaking favored? Why? Cincinnati's not that good. Come on. And the total is 49.5. I'm going to take BYU plus the 1.5 and minus 106 to win straight up. All right, Saturday, which is tomorrow, 12 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Number 6, Penn State at Northwestern. I have Penn State 24.5, total 49 and 11/20, and it's 26.5 and 46.5. Over. On Fox, big noon kickoff is there. Number 8, USC at Colorado. I have USC by 17, total 70 and 2/5, and it is 21.5 and 73.5. I'm taking Colorado, getting the point. That's too high at home. ESPN, number 22, Florida at Kentucky. Great game. Great game. I have Kentucky by 8, total 47 and 2/5. And Kentucky's only giving 1.5, totals 44.5. I freaking love Kentucky minus the points. Love it. SEC Network, A&M, Arkansas. I have Arkansas by 8, total 58 and 9/20, and it's 5.5 and 53.5. I'm taking Arkansas plus the 5.5 and plus 176 outright. I think Texas A&M's overrated. Big Ten Network, Louisiana, Minnesota. I have Minnesota 16.5 total 54 and 3/10. And it is 11.5 and 48.5. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the over. CBS Sports Network, Utah State, UConn. I have UConn by a half, total 57 and 9/10. And it's 5.5 in favor of Utah State, total 51.5. I'm going to. I have no idea what to do here. I'm going to go with the over, and I feel better about it than UConn. But UConn going on underdog moneyline parlay with Arkansas. ABC, Clemson, Syracuse. Syracuse, a lot on the line here. But I have Clemson favored by 7, total 56 and 19/20, and Clemson's giving 6.5, total 53.5. Darn it. I'll take the over. I was excited to potentially bet Syracuse there. ESPN 2, UAB, Tulane. I have Tulane 18, total 54 and 2/5. I almost said 84, which would have been weird. And this is 21.5 and 59.5. Under. Actually, an under in a game. ESPN U, South Alabama, James Madison. I have JMU a half, total 54 and 9/20. And we have 2.5 and 49.5 over. Buffalo, Akron. We have Akron 15.5, total 60 and a fifth. And we got 2.5 and 55.5. Laying it with Akron. 1:30 Eastern, Michigan, Central Michigan. I have Eastern by 2, total 48 and 9/10. And it's Central 7.5, total 47.5. All right. So, give the EMU plus a 7.5 and plus 260 outright. Virginia, BC. On the CW network at 2, I have BC 15.5, total 61 and a 10th. Or a 20th, my apologies. And it's 3.5 and 52.5. BC minus the points. That's low. Miami of Ohio, Kent State, 2:30. I have Miami of Ohio by a whopping 22, total 56 and 4/5. And it's 14.5 and 49.5. That's a tough one. But I'm going to lay it with Miami of Ohio on the road. But wait a second. I might change that to the over. No, I'm going to keep it. All right, next is 3 o'clock Pac-12 Network, Arizona State, Cal. I have Cal by 3, total 53 and 3/5. And Cal's giving 12.5, total 47.5. What the hell? Is Arizona State still down all those quarterbacks? That's way too much for Cal to be giving. I think Cal's a little overrated. So giving Arizona State the cover. Number 1, Georgia at Auburn. I have Georgia by 17, total 50 and 2/5. And we have 14.5 and 45.5. Oh, wow, I actually have an edge on Georgia. But I'm going to take the over instead because I think the over is safer. And I have a bigger edge on it. On Fox, 3:30, number 2, Michigan at Nebraska. I have Michigan also by 17, total 38 and 19/20, and it's 17.5 and 39.5. Oh, my God, that is so close. Slightest of unders. That's not going to be in the Fab 5. One of my favorite games of the weekend, ABC, number 24, Kansas at number 3, Texas. In terms of a watch standpoint, not necessarily a bet standpoint. I have Texas by 8, total 54 and a 20th, and it's 16.5 and 61.5. I love Kansas getting the points. That is way too many points. And Jalen Daniels, I think, can outplay Quinn Ewers. They're not going to win outright, Kansas, but I think they'll cover and at least make it keep it close. Big Ten, Indiana, Maryland. I have Maryland 20.5, total 45 and 9/20. And we have 14.5 and 15.5. The undervalue of Maryland continues. I'm going to lay the points. On Peacock, Illinois, Purdue. I have Illinois by 12, total 52 and 19/20. And it's Purdue 1.5, total 53.5. I don't get why Purdue's always favored. Give me Illinois plus the points and minus 110 outright. It's kind of like a close to a pick 'em. All right, Wagner Rutgers, Big Ten Network. I project Rutgers 21.5, total 41 and 7/10. I don't think there's a line out for this yet. And there's not. ACC Network, Bowling Green, Georgia Tech. I have Bowling Green 3.5, total 55 and 11/20. That is a projection I don't trust because Georgia Tech's playing better. And Georgia Tech's giving a whopping 22.5, total 51.5. Give me Bowling Green plus the points. I don't think they'll actually win outright like my projections say because Georgia Tech's better. But I don't think Georgia Tech covers that big number. Fox Sports 2, Houston, Texas Tech. I have Tech by 8, total 52 and 4/5, and it's 8.5 and 50.5. Not slight over, but the over. It looked like a slight over. Baylor UCF on Fox Sports 1. I have UCF 5.5, total 52 and 11/20. It's 12.5 and 55.5. I'm taking Baylor plus 12.5. I can't believe I'm doing that. Arkansas UMass. I have Arkansas State by 11, total 60 and 2/5. And I think I meant to say State. I thought I said Arkansas earlier. Oh, well. And UMass is giving 1.5, total 56.5. That's pathetic. Giving Arkansas State plus the points and plus 104 outright. Interesting American Athletic Conference game. South Florida Navy, CBS Sports Network. I have Navy by 9, total 47 and 9/20. I won't be shocked if USF is favored, and they're not. Navy's favored, 3.5, total 54.5. I'm going to go with the under. Old Dominion Marshall. I have Marshall 15, total 44 and 11/20. And it's 14.5 and 47.5. Under. Ball State, Western Michigan. I have Ball State by 7, total 54 and 19/20. And it's Western 1.5, total 50.5. I'm taking Ball State plus the points and plus 102. Northern Illinois, Toledo, ESPNU. I have Toledo 18, total 51 and 1/10. And it's 13.5 and 47.5. I really like Toledo minus the points. 4 o'clock SEC Network, number 23, Missouri at Vandy. I have Missouri 16, total 58 and 11/20. And it's 13.5 and 54.5. Over. All right, here's an interesting group of 5 game. Boise State, Memphis, the battle of past good teams in the group of 5. I project Boise by 2, total 57 and the 5th, and Memphis is giving 2.5, total 59.5. I'm going to take Boise getting the 2.5 and plus 120, although that's something that's not going to be in Fab 5. I don't trust that projection. Hawaii, UNLV, I have UNLV 14.5, total 58 and 19/20, and UNLV is giving 10.5, total 59.5. Laying the points at UNLV. New Mexico, Wyoming. I have Wyoming 10.5, total 54 and 2/5, and it's 14.5 and 40.5. Oh my God, I love the over, but I'm staying away from Wyoming overs. 6 o'clock ESPN. Number 13 LSU at number 20 Ole Miss. I have Ole Miss 5.5, total 64 and 3/20, and LSU is giving 2.5, total 66.5. I'm taking Ole Miss plus the points and plus 114 outright. Number 9, Oregon at Stanford, Pac-12 Network, 6:30. I have Oregon 19.5, total 61 and 3/10, and it's 27.5 and 60.5. I'm going to take Stanford getting the points to hang around. Maybe Oregon's looking ahead. Fox Sports 1, Iowa State at number 14, Oklahoma. I have Oklahoma 15.5, total 46 and 2/5. And it's 19.5 and 48.5. I'm going to take Iowa State getting the points. Maybe Oklahoma's looking ahead. East Carolina, Rice, another interesting American game. I have Rice 15.5, total 57 and 11/20, and it is 3.5 and 46.5. I am going to lay with Rice. I don't feel good about it. Abilene Christian, North Texas. I have North Texas 15.5, total 67 and 2/5. It's one of the higher total projections I've had all weekend. Line's not out yet for that game. NFL Network, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, an interesting Sunbelt game. I have Coastal by 2, total 52 and a 20th, and it's State 1.5, total 50.5. Oh, wrong game. Sorry, guys. So Georgia Southern 6.5, total 65.5. I think it's a little bit of an overreaction from Coastal losing to State the other day. So I'm going to take the under, though, as the pick. Now, Troy, Georgia State. I have State 15.5, total 56 and 13.20. It's in State. I don't know why I was only giving 1.5, total 50.5. I guess the Georgia State quarterback hurt or something. Because why is that line so low? But I'm going to lay the points at Georgia State. Next up, more Sunbelt, Texas State, Southern Miss. My projection here is State by 2, total 64 and 7/20, and it is 5.5 and 61.5. That's a tough one. 3.5 on Southern Miss, and less than 3 on the over. So I have to take Southern Miss plus the points. Hang around. Utah Tech, Colorado State. I project State 16, total 71 and 11/20. We don't have lines up for that game. The big one, game days there from Durham, 7:30, ABC. Number 11 Notre Dame, number 17 Duke. I have Notre Dame by 3, total 49.25. And it's 5.5 and 52.5. I thought that I was gonna have I didn't realize that I have an edge against Notre Dame. That never happens. I'm surprised about this. That this is gonna be the case. That I might have to go against Notre Dame here. So 2.5 point edge on Duke. And I actually have a over 3 point edge on the under. I like the under a lot better in this game than Duke, so I feel much better about the pick. So give me the under in that game. SEC Network, South Carolina, number 21, Tennessee. I have Tennessee by 3, total 53 and 4/5. And it's 11.5 and 63.5 under. Although I like South Carolina too, but under's going to be the play for the show. Michigan State, Iowa, NBC, so Big Ten Saturday night. I have Iowa 18, total 42 and 3/10, and it's 12.5 and 36.5. So that's a hard one. 5.5 on Iowa and over 5.5 on the over. So I'm going to go with the over. Charlotte, SMU on ESPNU. I have SMU 25.5, total 48 and 9/20 or 9/10, and it's 23.5 and 53.5 under. Pitt, Virginia Tech, the battle of ACC flops. I have Vatech 10.5, total 46 and 3/4. Pitt's probably favored though. Now we're in the 8 o'clock, so it's the first 8 o'clock game. Yeah, Pitt's giving 2.5, total 39.5. I'm taking Vatech plus 2.5 and plus 112 outright. That game's staying away from Fab 5. ESPN2, West Virginia, TCU. I have TCU by 8, total 52 and the 20th, and it's 13.5. That blew up. Total 51.5. I thought that line was around 8 or 9. That line blew up. So give me the Mountaineers getting the 13.5. That's a lot of points for the Mountaineers to be giving. It's probably because of that quarterback injury, but yeah. It doesn't matter. I think West Virginia is going to cover. Didn't matter against Texas Tech. But I understand it's a night game in Fort Worth. App State, UL Monroe. I have App State by 8, total 51 and 3/5. And it's 13.5 and 51.5. Love UL Monroe getting the points to hang around. San Diego State against Air Force. I have Air Force 9.5, total 48. And it is I don't see that game. They may have passed it. There it is. 10.5 and 42.5. Over. Number 12, Alabama, Mississippi State, 9 o'clock on ESPN. I have Bama 9.5, total 50 and 19-20. It's 14.5 and 46.5. So for this one, I'm going to take Miss State getting the points. The cover. Pac-12 Network, 10 o'clock. Number 7, Washington, Arizona. I like Washington by 12, total 55 and 13-20. It's 19.5 and 65.5. Tough one. I'm going to take the under. And then last but not least, Nevada, Fresno State, 10:30 Fox Sports 1. I should say number 25, Fresno State. It's Fresno by 23, total 58 and a 20th. That's my projection. And it's 24.5 and 50.5. And for this one, I'll gladly take the over 2. Now we'll go over the baseball games from yesterday. Look ahead to today and the weekend will be rapid fire. Tigers over the Royals 8-0. A's over the Twins 2-1. White Sox over the D-backs 3-1. Tigers over the Royals 7-3. Jays over the Yanks 6-0. Brewers over the Cards 3-0. Pirates over the Phils 3-2. O's over the Red Sox 2-0 as they clinched the AL East. Marlins have a 2-1 lead over the Mets. The game suspended will resume on Monday at 1 o'clock. So we're not going to know who the wild card team is going to be until Monday, amazingly enough. Potentially. Braves over the Cubs 5-3. Rockies over the Dodgers 14-5. And the Mariners beat the Rangers 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth on a walk-off single by J.P. Crawford. Great and much-needed win for Seattle. All right, we're going to rapid-fire these picks. 6:30, Marlins Pirates. Looks like we do not have a pitching matchup. Oh, yeah, it's Cal Quantrill, Joey Wentz. Guardians minus 124, Tigers plus 106, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Guardians minus 1.5 is plus 140, Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 170. Final time of the regular season doing this segment, by the way. And this isn't always missed. So I'm going to take the over. Don't feel good about it, though. Or that was Guardians, Tigers. Marlins, Pirates isn't up yet. Red Sox, O's at 7. Nick Pivetta, John Means. O's minus 144. Red Sox plus 122. Over under 8. Minus 110 each way. Sox plus 1.5 is minus 182. O's minus 1.5 is plus 150. I'm taking the Red Sox plus 122. Letdown spot after the O's clinched. Rays, Jays. Aaron's Valley, TBD. Jays minus 144. Rays plus 122. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Rays plus 1.5 is minus 70. Jays minus 1.5 is plus 140. Under, don't feel good about it. Phillies, Mets. Taijuan Walker, Trevor McGill. Phil's minus 118. Mets even money. Over under 8. Minus 110 each way. Phil's minus 1.5 is plus 138. Mets plus 1.5 is minus 166. Over. 720 Nats, Braves. Trevor Williams and Alan Winions. Braves minus 290, Nats plus 235, over under 10, overs minus 122, unders even money. Nats plus 1.5 is plus 120, Braves minus 1.5 is minus 144. Nats red line plus 1.5 plus 120. Too many unknowns with the Atlanta pitcher. 8 o'clock, Yanks, Royals. Oh, wait, skipped one. Padres, White Sox, 7:30. Nick Martinez, Dylan Cease. Padres minus 146, White Sox plus 124, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Padres minus 1.5 plus 110. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 132. Over. Yanks, Royals, Carlos Rodon, Jordan Lyles. Yanks minus 146, Royals plus 124, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Yanks minus 1.5 is plus 106, Royals plus 1.5 is minus 128. I like the over. Next up, Cubs, Brewers. Pick 'em minus 180 each way, totals off. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 155. Brewers plus 1.5 is minus 188. Cubs, they need the game, minus 108. Twins, Rockies. Not posted yet. Reds, Cards, 8:15. Brandon Williamson, Jake Woodford. Reds minus 110, Cards minus 106, over under 9, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Reds minus 1.5 plus 138, Cards plus 1.5 minus 166. Reds money line minus 110. A's, Angels, 9:30. Ken Waldichuk against Chase Silseth. Angels minus 132, A's plus 112, over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. A's plus 1.5, minus 172, Angels minus 1.5, plus 142. I'm taking the A's plus 112. Astros D-backs. Zach Gallen, JP France. Gallen minus 136, Astros plus 116. So the D-backs minus 136, not necessarily Gallen. Totals 9, overs minus 1, unders minus 112. Astros plus 1.5 is minus 184. D-backs minus 1.5 plus 152. Under. Rangers, Mariners not posted yet. Giants, Dodgers not posted yet either. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock. Guardians, Tigers, 3 o'clock. Rays, Jays, 6:30. Marlins, Pirates, 7 o'clock. Yanks, Royals. Cubs, Brewers, Phils, Mets. Padres, White Sox on Fox. Red Sox, O's. Rangers, Mariners. Reds, Cardinals. Nats, Braves at 7:20. 8 o'clock. Astros, D-backs. Twins, Rockies. 9 o'clock. Dodgers, Giants, and A's, Angels. And then Sunday, all 3 o'clock games. Nats, Braves, Red Sox, O's, Dodgers, Giants, Marlins, Padres, or Pirates, Angels, A's from LA or Anaheim. Rays, Jays, Yanks, Royals, Cubs, Brewers, Guardians, Tigers, Astros, D-backs, Phils, Mets, Padres, White Sox, Rangers, Mariners, Twins, Rockies, Reds, Cardinals at 3:15. So that was the final time we did baseball in a big segment like this with all games until a long time from now. Now we'll move on to soccer. We'll go over notable results from today and look ahead to everything going on over the weekend. La Liga, Celta Vigo, Alaves 1-1 draw. Granada, Betis 1-1 draw. Atletico versus Osasuna 2-0. All right, today 3 o'clock, Barcelona and Sevilla. We're going to rip through the soccer picks very quickly. Barcelona minus 320, Sevilla 7-1, the draws plus 430. We're not going against Barcelona here. We're going to go over 3.5 goals plus 128. All right, Saturday, 8 o'clock, Getafe, Villarreal, 10:15, Villarreal, Mallorca, 12:30, Girona, Real Madrid, and 3 o'clock, Real Sociedad Athletic. And then Sunday, 8 a.m., Almeria, Granada, 10:15, Alvalade, and Osasuna, 3 o'clock, Atletico, and Cadiz and Betis, Valencia. Serie A. Frosinone and Fiorentina 1-1 draw. Monza, Bologna 0-0 draw. And Genoa over AS Roma 4-1. All right, Saturday, 9 o'clock, Lecce, Napoli, 12 o'clock, Milan, Lazio, 2:45, Salernitana, Inter Milan. Sunday, 6:30, Bologna, Empoli, 9 o'clock, Udinese, Genoa, 12 o'clock, Atalanta and Juventus, and 2:45, AS Roma and Frosinone. So, Liga MX, Puebla over Atlas 3-2. Tonight, 3 games, Querétaro and Leon. Leon plus 105, Querétaro plus 240, draw plus 230, going Leon plus 105. 11 o'clock, Athletic San Luis and Cruz Azul. Atletico plus 115, Cruz Azul plus 220, draw plus 230, going San Luis plus 115. And 11 o'clock, also Tijuana Juarez. Tijuana plus 115, Juarez plus 220, draw plus 230. I'm going to go with Tijuana plus 115. Saturday, 7 o'clock, Pachuca, Necaxa, 8:40. America and UNAM, 9 o'clock, Monterrey Santos and Mazatlan Tigres. Sunday, 7 o'clock, you have Toluca and Guadalajara. All right. We have a Bundesliga game today, 2:30 of Hoffenheim and Dortmund. Hoffenheim 2-1, Dortmund plus 110, draw plus 310. I'm going for Dortmund plus 110. All right, Saturday 9:30, Heidenheim Union Berlin, Cologne Stuttgart, Mainz Leverkusen, Bochum Gladbach, Wolfsburg Frankfurt, and 12:30 RP Leipzig and Bayern. Sunday 9:30 Darmstadt Bremen and 11:30 Freiburg Augsburg. League 1 today, 3 o'clock, Strasbourg and Lens. I'll pull that up real quick. Strasbourg plus 220, Lens plus 125, draw plus 220, go with Lens at plus 125. Saturday, 11 o'clock, Clermont PSG, and 3 o'clock, Monaco Marseille. Sunday, 7 o'clock, Reims Lyon, 9 o'clock, Le Havre AC Lille, Nice Brest. Toulouse Mets, 11 o'clock. Lorient Montpellier and 2:45. Rennes and Nantes. All right, Premier League this weekend. We can't give out bets because of time. 7:30 Aston Villa Brighton, 10 o'clock. Bournemouth Arsenal, Everton Luton, Man United Crystal Palace, Newcastle Burnley, West Ham Sheffield United, Wolves Man City, and 12:30 Tottenham Liverpool. And then Sunday at 9 a.m. Nottingham and Brentford. Dutch Eredivisie we may have had today. Yes, we did. AZ Alkmaar and Heracles 1-1 draw. And then tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Feyenoord Go Ahead Eagles. 12:45 FC Utrecht Almere City. PSV Volendam, 3 o'clock FC 20, and Heerenveen and RKC Dwaldwijk and Ajax. Sunday, 6 between NEC and Vitesse, 8:30 Excelsior Sparta, Heracles and PEC Zwolle, and 10:45 AZ Alkmaar and Fortuna. Now we'll do USL for the weekend coming up. Big slate Saturday, 7 o'clock. Indy, Detroit, Miami, Hartford, Pittsburgh, Tulsa, Tampa, Loudoun, 7:30, 8 o'clock, Colorado, Rio Grande, Memphis, Birmingham, 9 o'clock, New Mexico, Louisville, 9:30, El Paso, Charleston, 10 o'clock, Oakland, San Antonio, San Diego, Monterey Bay, and 10:30, Phoenix and Orange County. Sunday, 7 o'clock, you have Sacramento and Vegas. The NWSL, we have a couple games over the weekend, 7 o'clock Saturday night. Washington, KC, Chicago, Louisville at 8, and then 10:30, Portland, San Diego. Sunday, 6:30, Gotham, Houston, 8 o'clock. You have the rain in North Carolina. And at MLS this weekend, Saturday, 7:30, Columbus, Philly, Miami, NYCFC, New England, Charlotte, Red Bulls, Chicago, Orlando, CF Montreal, Toronto, Cincinnati, 8:30, Houston, Dallas, Minnesota, San Jose, Nashville, Seattle, St. Louis, KC, 9:30, Colorado, Austin, 10:30, Galaxy, Portland, and Vancouver, DC United. And then Sunday night, LAFC is hosting Salt Lake. So now I'm going to check and see if we have any more soccer that we did not touch on. I think we're good. Pretty much. So now we'll move on to the WNBA playoffs. We will discuss the 2 game 3s tonight. 7:30 ESPN2, you have the Liberty at the Sun from Connecticut. The Liberty are giving 4.5 total of, or now it's down to 3.5 totals, 159.5. I'd say 5.5. I would project it. A lot of pressure on the Liberty. I think they win this game. So give you the minus 3.5. I think they barely cover. I'm going to say they win by like 6. And then 9:30 ESPN2, game 3, Aces Wings. The Aces are giving 6.5 total with 174.5. This one I'm going to take Dallas plus 6.5, and I think plus 210 outright's fun too. I think there's a game that the Aces drop at some point and they're due. I'm going to say Dallas knocks them off tonight to force a game 4 on Sunday. And then game 4's 3 o'clock ABC, Liberty Sun. I'm going to say the Liberty close out the Sun on Sunday. And then 9 o'clock on ESPN, Aces Wings game 4. And I'm going to say the Aces close out the Wings on Sunday night in Dallas. All right, now we'll move on to the Ryder Cup. We have some things to talk about with the Ryder Cup. They get underway very shortly. We have to go over the times and whatnot for this, since we did not have this in the morning show. So I am looking at the times of the groups for this event. So now we have the schedule. So today, we got Scotty Scheffler and Sam Burns against John Rahm and Tyrell Hatton. And then Max Homa, Brian Harmon, and Victor Hovland and Ludwig Aberg. And then we have Ricky Fowler and Colin Morikawa and Sepp Straka, Shane Lowry. And match 4, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, and Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood. Those are the foursomes. And like I said, I think that Europe wins the tournament, and I think that John Rahm will have the most points. So there's the times for you. Like, we did not have that on the show yesterday. Now we have it for you today, and I just revealed yet again what I predicted on yesterday's show. NASCAR. We have a couple of races to talk about. So it's just Truck and Cup this week from Talladega. So tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, matinee, Fox Sports 1 from Talladega. It's the Love's RV Stop 250. Second time the trucks have seen Talladega this year. You see it once in the spring, around like April, May, and it once in the fall, which is around here, which would be September 30th for the trucks and October 1st for the Cup. So my pick for the Love's RV Stop 250. Chandler Smith at 18-1 has some value. He's racing in the trucks this weekend. I think 18-1 for Chandler Smith is excellent value. And then we have the Yellowwood 500, 2 o'clock Sunday late afternoon on NBC from Talladega. My favorite driver to bet at Talladega is Chase Elliott. He is 14-1, and I am doing it again. I think I gave out Chase Elliott last year, the year before at Talladega, and it came through for me. I don't think I gave it out in the spring. Maybe I did, but I know I gave it out in the fall, either last year or the year before, and it hit. I'm doing it again. Chase Elliott, 14-1 to win the Yellowwood 500 from Talladega. So we are going to do Masked Singer because we do have a little bit of time for that. So they're going back to the old format. They're not doing the one survives and the rest goes home. They're going back to the wild card format they had several seasons ago, which is cool. I like that format. So it was the same 4 panelists as there usually are. No surprise guest panelists this time. So first up was a character, Gazelle. There was a Hello Doll sign. She failed in a talent show. There were pom-poms. There were bulldogs. Maybe she's from Georgia or went to Georgia. There was a Hawaiian shirt, and then she performed Uninvited by Alanis Morissette. Excellent performance. Special clue, David Spade came out, and it was a movie soundtrack, and she sang in a movie, and was on a movie soundtrack, and she acted in a movie. I have a guess for this contestant. I think it's none other than Miss Idina Menzel. She's acted in movies, and she sang in movies. And obviously Let It Go, Into the Unknown, when we're talking about Frozen, and she's been in Broadway as well. Jenny said Camila Mendez. Robin said Lucy Hale, which would be fun. And Nicole said Vanessa Hudgens, which would be fun too. Diver. There was a newspaper. He says he's a hated person. He says he's judged, and strangers make him out to be a scapegoat. Compass, pointing to Midwest. There was a robot. And then he performed Any Way You Want It by Journey. The special clue was 11 million eyes. Or it said 11 million and then eyes, maybe viewers or albums. More people involved in his business, more people are out of his business. I'm not going to give away my guess for this because it's a first impression guess. that I think it could be. So I'm going to keep it. And I think this could very well be next week's Unmasking, so I don't want to spoil it. Nicole said Adam Levine, which would be a good get for the show. Ken said Tom Sandoval, and then Jenny said Scott Disick. S'more. Rocket to Fame. Tips. Became a household name. There's a boat. Chicago Deep Dish. A soda. Christmas tree. And S'more performed Slow Hands by Niall Horan. And the special clue was starring S'more, talented on and off stage. I have a guess for this, and I think this would be the biggest celebrity that they've ever had, and that includes Demi Lovato, who they had on several weeks ago. Justin Timberlake. And I feel pretty good about this because he just had a new song that came out with Nelly Furtado and Timbaland called Keep Going Up, which is a kick-ass song right now. And he has a new song coming out with NSYNC, and I believe it's today that it comes out, amazingly enough. So looking forward to hearing that. So some ties there. Nicole said Joey Mack. Jen said Justin Guarini. Robin said Kevin Richardson. Rubber Ducky. Talked about movies and TV shows, horror tape, chandeliers, household name, Family Guy, Gold Turtle. And Rubber Ducky performed Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners. I did not think it was a good performance at all. The special clue was a Little Duckies with signature, and the family is full of stars. Not gonna get into my first impression. I guess I'll share that in a little bit. Robin said David Arquette. Jenny said Wayne's Brothers, and Anthony Anderson was Ken's guest. And then went the cow. Cooking, coffee, 4th of July, maybe Independence Day movie, books, The Vegas Sign, a Grammy winner, a strawberry cake, and this performer performed Bones by Imagine Dragons. Great performance. Special clue was movie tickets. All started in movies. I'm not going to give away my first impression guess, but my guess right now is Wayne Amaris of Boyz II Men. I think this is a soulful singer and somebody that is well known. Jenny said Sean Stockman and Usher, and Nicole said Leslie Odom Jr. And the person that got unmasked was Rubber Ducky. I thought it was either him or Diver, but Rubber Ducky was just worse. And that was a terrible song choice for Rubber Ducky with Come On Eileen. Great song, but terrible song choice for that contestant. My guess was my first impression guess of Alfonso Ribeiro. He's a family guy. He's been involved with families on America's Funniest Home Videos, so I kind of got that vibe. So I'm going with Alfonso Ribeiro. Jenny said Marlon Wayans. Robin said David Arquette. Ken said Anthony Anderson, and Nicole said Steve Urkel. And it was Anthony Anderson. Congrats to Ken. His first correct guess of the season. He's right at least once a season. But good job by Ken. In the opener too, or technically the opener of the season. So congrats to Ken. Maybe he'll get multiple right in the season for the first time in a while. So Ken's all 4 of them are on the board because the 3 of them guessed Demi Lovato in the first episode. So Ken's on the board now too. All right, now I'll move on to Survivor very quickly. A very interesting episode. They got into the tribes. Lulu, Reba, and Belo. So the reward challenge was 2 tribe members moved sandbags and the rope out of a crate that got a key, and then the next pair of contestants rode out to the other key, and the final pair used the keys to unlock 2 poles, which were used to retrieve a flint. And the first tribe to free their flint won it, plus a pot and a machete. Reba won the challenge, but Brandon didn't feel good after. He was tended to medical. So Brando and Jake for Belo, and Caleb and Sabaya for Lulu volunteered for Savvy and Sweat challenge, where both pairs of players were tasked to do both challenges with the time limit, and neither of them got it. there was a lot of drama that went on. Don't want to get into that. We'll get more into that on the Wednesday podcast next week. Immunity, the tribe members completed an obstacle course which involved a mud pit and dropping a crate by throwing coconuts in a net before finishing up a Survivor logo jigsaw puzzle. And the first two tribes to finish won immunity, while the losing tribe had to forfeit their flint. Balo and Reba won immunity. Lulu went to tribal. The Lulu losers, they call them. A ton of drama. Hannah wanted to quit. Brandon was upset too because of his struggles. It looked like Emily was going to be the one they were going to vote out. But Hannah decided to quit at tribal with her tribe mate's blessings. So she quit at tribal, and it was a terrible finish to a solid episode overall of Survivor, but the tribal council really put a damage into the episode. I'm not going to do superlatives now. I need to think more about it, and then we'll talk about it on the Wednesday show. As much as I want to do it on today's show, we're going to save that for Wednesday. All right, news and notes very quickly. So we talked about Luke Musgrave getting ruled out with a concussion. How about this? David Bakhtiari out at least 4 weeks because of the knee injury, can miss the rest of the year. Brutal. That'd be absolutely brutal for Green Bay. And then maybe we'll be hearing if Rodgers is healthy, he gets traded to the Jets next year or whatever. But that's terrible. David Montgomery and Taylor Decker both played in that game, and Montgomery had 3 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle fully healthy, so that's really good for Miami. There was a fan that poured beer on Amon-Ra St. Brown's Lambeau leap. Yikes. Justin Jefferson reacts to trade rumors as he's tired of rumors around the Vikings amid 0-3 start. And there's a lot of Lions fans at Lambeau, which was awesome for that team. The Mariners had the walk-off over the Rangers. J.P. Crawford with 2 outs in the 9th, so the Mariners are still alive in playoff contention. The Orioles win the AL East, as we alluded to earlier. 100 wins, first division crown since 2014, and yours truly's 17-1 portfolio pick came in through fruition. Mookie Betts shout-outed Ronald Acuna on Instagram for the 40-70. The league is investigating Astros reliever Hector Neris as he allegedly used anti-gay slur towards Julio Rodriguez on Wednesday. That is not good, and Neris might get suspended in the postseason if they make it. Minor League Baseball unveils its new logo as the reimagined design represents a connection to the major league, so that is pretty cool. Eduardo Rodriguez may opt out as he could hit free agency and opt out of the $49 million deal. That'd be another big arm on the market. So the Drew Holiday sweepstakes are on. And the Lakers and the Clippers are among several contenders linked to Drew Holiday. As Drew's tying 6 teams apparently. And then the Knicks and Indiana are to have at least some level of interest of Drew Holiday. The Knicks doesn't make sense to me. I don't like the fit with him and Brunson. I just don't love it because they're both point guards. That's just odd. And then Indy and Halliburton, same thing. Like, I don't like Drew Holiday with either of those teams because Indy already has Halliburton, New York already has Brunson. Doesn't make sense for anybody. How about this? The Blazers wanted Jimmy or Bam as the Heat believe Portland had no interest in engaging in a deal with them after initial ask. Wow. Portland's just delusional. You weren't getting one of those guys for Dame. Giannis had an extension offer as the Bucks offered 3 years, $186.75 million a couple days before trading for Dame Lillard. And how about this? Pascal Siakam extension talks stalled as the team is taking a wait-and-see approach on a long-term contract. I think he gets traded. That could be the next big name out. And that could be a guy that I could see a team like the Knicks going after. Dame Lillard had his message to Rip City thanking the fans. It was very, I'm sure, bittersweet for Dame. And inside the split, Portland GM Joe Cronin told Dame there was no coming back after the trade request. Wow. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. But, yeah. And they gave him his wishes. All right, a 5-star athlete commits to Texas A&M as Terry Bussey chooses Texas A&M over Florida, Duke, and others. So he'll probably play, defensive end or linebacker? We'll see. All right, best bet brought to you by FanDuel. So I gave it away earlier. Only a quarter unit on Louisville. Minus the points against NC State. I think NC State's overrated. So I'm going to lay 3.5 with Louisville for the second time. On a Friday night this college football season, I'm going to lay points with Louisville, except this time against NC State. All right, the Fab Five. We're going to do a half unit per pick this time because we have the Orioles bet that came through. So we're going to start with college. Pick number 1, the Fab Five. I absolutely love Kentucky minus 1.5 against Florida. I just think Kentucky's better. I think this is a Vegas nose line. Everyone's going to bet Florida because they upset Tennessee a few weeks ago. So I'm going to lay 1.5 with Kentucky against Florida. Pick number 2 of Fab 5. I'm going to take Kansas getting the 16.5 against Texas. I love this pick. I think Kansas hangs around and they're not going to get blown out. So give me Kansas getting 6.5 in a matinee game in Austin. Pick number 3 of Fab 5. I will take This isn't as easy as it looks. I am going to take Oof. Like I said, not let's do Arkansas plus 5.5 against A&M. Like I said earlier, I think A&M's overrated. So I'm going to take Arkansas getting the points. So that's 3. Pick number 4 of Fab 5. I'm going to take I might have to go with the total. Because that's how, not strong I feel about some of these games. Let's go with the over in the Georgia-Auburn game because I think that could be 43-10 sounds weird. But I think that game's played into the 50s. So I'm going to go over 45.5 in Georgia-Auburn. And then pick number 5. Let's go with I'm considering West Virginia against TCU plus the points. I don't want to go against Alabama. Again, that bit me in the ass last time. Let's go with over 50.5 in Nevada-Fresno because I think Fresno is going to put up a lot of points. So I'm going to go over 50.5 in the Fresno-Nevada game. And the underdog pick of the week. This is the first time I'm doing it this year, picking the same, like doubling down on somebody. And that team is going to be the Arkansas Razorbacks at plus 176 against the Aggies of Texas A&M. All right, the NFL Fab 5. This one I think is going to be a little bit easier than college. Pick number 1 going back to the well for the 4th time in a row. I'm going to lay it with the Steelers. I just think they're better than the Texans. C.J. Stroud's going to have a welcome to the NFL moment, so I'm going to lay 3 points of the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Texans. Pick number 2, I'm laying 1.5 with Indy against the Rams. I love Indy this week. I think that they're better than the Rams, no matter who's at quarterback. So I'm going to lay the 1.5 against the banged-up Rams. Pick number 3, I am going to go with I'm undecided between 2. So, Steelers laying points, Colts laying points. I think I took somebody else just now, too. Yeah, so I need 3 more. I lost track. So next, I'm trying to stay away from the Ravens because of the injuries. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Miami plus the 3 against the Bills because this is Miami's time to shine. And I'm going back to the well with the Miami Dolphins. Pick number 4, I'm going to lay the lumber, and I'm going to lay 14 points with the 49ers against the Cardinals. I don't think I've laid the lumber with anybody all year at the big number. I'm doing it with San Francisco. And the last pick of the Fab 5. I'm going to lay I'm on the side whether to lay points with somebody or take a total. I'm going to lay 8.5 with the Eagles. I want to take the over in the Broncos-Bears, but both teams are so inept, both offensively and defensively, so that's hard to predict. So instead, a safer bet with the Philadelphia Eagles minus 8.5 against the Commanders, and my underdog of the week. I'm going to take. There's nobody that I like that is over 3. But I am going to go with the highest money line instead. So I'm going to go with Atlanta in London against the Jaguars for my underline pick of the week. The Atlanta Falcons plus 136. They're getting 3, but I'm taking them on the money line plus 136 to upset the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, so that's it for the show today. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the entire weekend and look at the Seahawks-Giants on Monday. And then we will talk about how the MLB regular season finished out and news and notes, best bet. Maybe we'll do a Sunday night show as well for baseball. Maybe. We'll see. Hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, everyone.